we're gonna go off vibes?
Vibes.
All right.
Vibes.
For the vibes.
For the vibes. Or we could just do like a roulette like this.
Yeah.
Maybe we can go a roulette.
Russian roulette.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. All right. Well, hello. Welcome back to another episode of the Working Ammy podcast. I'm Nora.
I'm Maria.
And this week we're kind of just going off vibes. We don't really have a theme for this episode, so we're just kind of winging it. And after we read a few submissions, we're going to talk about kind of what to expect. Like if it's your first time at Winter Circuit, you know, things we wish we knew, things we think you should know before going to WEF or WEC or any of the winter shows, just to make sure that you have a good experience and a good time. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, I'm gonna pick my first one. Okay.
All right.
So this one is an ISO, I guess the budget.
Okay.
So this person says, I figured now that I'm on the search for my next partner, I'd get your guys' opinions. ISO, 15.3 plus hands, 3 to 6 years old, mare or geldings, high preference to warm bloods. Closer to PA, the better, but will travel for the right horse, must be broke under saddle, started over fences is a plus, sane and sound, must be good-minded, potential to do the EC and children's hunters if not already. And then they give the budget.
Preferably a warm blood.
Yeah.
If this is another one, I'm telling you, that was like, I would prefer a warm blood, but I have a $40,000 budget. I'm gonna lose it. Okay. She said 3 to 6, and she said preferably a warm blood. So we're gonna go by rationale and logic here.
All right.
So young horse, it seems like she knows that her budget can't afford an already made warm blood, which is why she's going for the 3 to 6 year old range. So I'm going to say the budget's below $25,000. And then she said she wanted something over fences already, right?
Started over fences is a plus.
Is a plus, so it's not necessary.
Yep.
I think her budget's low. I think that would make sense on this. And she said for children's hunters.
Yeah, potential to do the EC and children's hunters, if not already.
Was this recent?
No.
It wasn't recent? Okay. Because I was going to say right now, actually, I know we said before, like nearing the end of the year, like people are trying to do fire sales. And
yeah.
I've seen a lot of people looking for warm bloods under 25,000, and people have been, now granted, I don't know about the choices that they're sending out there, the options about how great it is, but there are warm bloods under 25,000 out there right now that people are actively trying to get rid of. Okay. I think her budget is like 15.
A little bit higher.
20? It's 20?
Yeah, it's 20.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if she found anything, but now I think you could find a warm blood, honestly, for 20. But it would be younger. It would not have that much experience at all. It would for sure be green. It probably wouldn't have show experience. But I think now, I'm saying December and early January is when we're doing this.
Yeah, this was from the end of August.
Oh, yeah, no.
So sorry.
I don't think you would have been able to find a warm blood at the end of August because that was still summer where prices are typically inflated and increasing. But now, yes, I think you could if you did not find one. I don't know about the health problems it's going to have. I don't know about if you're going to get one that's broke or not. I think in that budget, if you really want a warm blood, I would go for something quality that was unbroke than something that had issues, honestly.
I agree with that. I feel like they'd also maybe be looking still on the younger end because if it's 6,
it's still young.
It's still young, but people are going to be charging 40, more. 50, 60.
Depending. I think she'd be actually do really well with a good body TV. I think that's a great price to get a really nice TV. Yeah. Like for 20,000. I would almost rather that, honestly, to get a really nice TV than if it's going to be your hard horse. If it's an investment, then you have to think about it a little bit differently. But if it's going to be like your forever horse or your you're not doing it as a business or an investment,
Yeah.
I think you could get a better quality TB in that price range than a warm blood.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah.
Yeah, reasonable.
Yeah. They might need to make some compromises
Yes.
if they haven't found their horse already.
Yeah.
But yeah, they could find something. Number 2.
Alrighty. I'm gonna do one because we always said about the put it in the caption, right? This one has 3 little unicorn emojis.
Okay.
ISO versus what I ended up with. Ooh, and then 3 little unicorn emojis. Hi, I'm a very big fan of your account and was wondering if you could estimate my new horse. What I was looking for. Gelding or stallion, warm blood, dressage prospect with potential for the higher levels, 3 to 6 years old, around 170 meters. I cannot remember. Is that 16? What was that? 16.3? Is that what we said? Saddle broken, green is okay, good x-rays, no vices, good character, not spooky, forward thinking, I'm a lazy rider, a true Barbie to look at. The initial budget was X, and she said she's located in Belgium, Europe.
Okay. She's looking for a dressage stallion?
Gelding or stallion, warm blood, dressage prospect with potential for the higher levels.
Okay. So she's in Belgium.
I think prices there are typically a little higher, I think. Maybe it's Germany.
I feel like we typically see higher prices in Germany. I don't really know. We haven't really gotten
Belgium, right?
Belgian, submissions. So did she put an age in there?
3 to 6 years old. So she's because she said prospect. So I'm thinking I don't think it needs to be. She said saddle broken, but green is okay.
Okay. For the European market outside of Germany, since we know Germany is more expensive, I feel like for something that's gonna be like good quality, you'd maybe be. Is her budget in euros?
It is, but I just did the conversion for you, so I can let you
know. I feel like you'd be looking at maybe. Was her budget like 25,000 euros?
Higher.
30?
A little bit higher.
35.
Yes.
Okay.
35,000 euros or 38 and change thousand US dollars.
Okay. I mean, I feel like that's a good budget for
I do
Europe.
I do too. I mean, obviously I'm reading this, so I have a little bit of a different perspective.
Yeah.
Because she did give more.
Ooh.
But I think it's good. It's good considering what we know of international prices. But I think also over there, we also said that dressage is really big, and dressage horses do go for. Yeah. I actually think more over there than the show jumpers do, to be completely honest. I think it's a big industry over there for dressage. So she wanted 35,000 euros for a dressage prospect. Okay. For potential for the higher levels. Now, she wrote back and said, however, during my search, I found out that I wasn't going to find what I was looking for given my initial budget. So this is what I ended up with. Okay. Which is actually really interesting because we haven't done a dressage Belgium. So yeah. This will be another one for the...
All right, let's
okay,
hear it.
She ended up with a black beauty.
Oh.
A mare. A KWPN, warm blood.
Okay.
Oh boy, I'm gonna butcher these. Wedgwood X, Quantensprung X, Scandic X, Gribaldi. Okay. I had to process that for a second in my head. It was a dressage prospect. The sire is a successful eventer, though. Born in 2020, plus or minus the she said 165, so she wanted something 170, so she went a little bit lower. Saddle broken, green. Fancy mover, talented in all 3 gates. Good x-rays with no remarks, no vices, very good character. Sharp and forward, but very safe, not spooky, loves cuddles, and is definitely a stable favorite. I got her referred to me via a talented and experienced Grand Prix rider. She was sold by a girl located in the Netherlands that trains and sells dressage horses, not the breeder. And then she said that she bought her recently in October of 2023. And yay, she included links. So I'm going to show you. Oh, she sent, this is the, she has a really, the lineage is good on this horse, like, from what I can tell. And then here's the YouTube. Okay, so that was the horse that she got. And this girl, thank you. She put in what she bought her for in euros plus the VAT.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she actually included
for those
all
of you
of
that
that.
don't know, VAT is tax.
Yeah.
Basically for Europe.
Yeah. Which is something to actually add because, and you'll see here, it can get quite expensive for adding all of that tax in addition. So
I think she went over budget since she said that realized she wouldn't get what she was looking for within budget. So her original budget was 35k euros. I'm gonna guess she paid 45.
higher.
How much higher?
Higher, but not like that high.
55?
Yes. We're getting better with the yeah, 55 euros, which is about 60,000 US dollars. And then she said it was a 21% VAT. So that's, yeah, that's what it was expensive. So that means that it was 67,000 euros or 73,000 US dollars.
So with that, she went way
over budget. Way over budget.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder where the extra funds came
I know.
Or if she had them and she initially just wasn't willing to spend it. And
yeah,
then she was
maybe.
like, all right, well.
Yeah, I mean, granted, she did go incredibly over budget.
Yeah.
But it looks like she got everything aside from the Geldinger stallion that she wanted. So this is one that she wasn't finding anything with what she wanted. And she's like, well, I'm going to go up in price.
Yeah.
And she found it.
Which I appreciate because I feel like we see a lot of submissions. Well, ones that people send us from like social media where people have posted over and over, like the same thing over and over and over and over again. And we're always like, if you're not finding what you want within your budget, it's probably because you don't have the right budget.
Yeah, it's you have to reevaluate your expectations, or you have to reevaluate your budget.
Yep. So I appreciate that.
She sent it. Oh, she sent screenshots.
I appreciate that this person was like, well, I'm not getting what I'm distracted.
Your horse is really pretty.
Yeah,
it is a black beauty. Yeah,
but I appreciate that she was like, well, I'm not going to be able to find what I want within budget, but she wasn't willing to compromise on the horse.
Yeah.
So she was like, all right, I'll up my budget.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, for some people might not be feasible.
Yeah.
But for her, it was.
Clearly was. Yeah, because that's a
great.
Significant amount to go over.
Yeah.
That you wanted 35.
It's almost double.
Yeah, 35,000, and then including the tax, you got 67,000. That's a good amount to go over. A lot to go over. And then she said, wondering if you could guess the selling price did and what she would sell for in the U.S. versus Europe. No intent to sell her, as she is truly one of a kind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we did guess the selling price. So what would we sell her for in the U.S. versus Europe?
So she bought her, let's exclude tax from this because that doesn't count in terms of like her value. So she bought her for 55.
Yes.
How old was she again?
She was born in 2020. So
she's
3. She's young. I mean, I feel like it should shock me more than it does, but I do know that dressage horses go for quite a good bit of money. So I think I'm less shocked as I would be if you said that it was like a show jumper or something.
I mean, I would say probably, I feel like since she's still so young, she hasn't really done that many shows. I feel like I don't know.
Are you going here?
I was gonna say 60.
I feel like you're looking at me for confirmation.
Just because, like,
are we going to talk about in the U.S. or do you want to do Europe? Which one do you want to do first?
I'm talking about in the U.S.
In the U.S., what you would go for?
Because When did she buy her?
She bought her in October 2023.
Okay, so her price wouldn't have changed that much
No.
in 3 months.
No.
In the UK or in Belgium.
And 55,000 $55,000 is $60,000 ish US dollar.
So I don't know. I would say my like upper limit for me would probably be like 75K, but I feel like between 60 and 75 would be reasonable. That feels like a big range, but like she's so young.
3-year-old, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I really don't know. Honestly, like, dressage people, help us out because I'm kind of blanking on this one.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could ask 60,000 for a 3-year-old here.
I think you could.
You think?
Oh yeah.
I guess it depends on the lineage. I'm gonna assume that the lineage is great.
Yeah.
And she's very pretty.
No, I think you could ask that
what
much.
She would sell for in the US. I think her price in the US would depend on what you were able to buy her for over there. So if you said in Europe, like, you bought her for $55,000, €55,000, so let's say 60,000 US dollars over there, then you imported her, that would put you to about 75,000 already as a 3-year-old, which means that, say, training, boarding, show costs, all of that, you're probably looking at a high 5 or a low 6-figure horse within a couple months, like just flat out, in order to just make your money back from import.
Yeah.
As a 4-year-old. So
what if you were
I don't know if people
not trying to make your money back? What if you just
if you were trying to keep her? I think someone over there, if they were going to pay this, it would be because they wanted a very good high level dressage prospect. I don't think it would be a smart business or investment decision to go over there, buy a horse for this expense over there and import it and then expect to make your money back plus a profit.
Yeah.
I think it would have to be an incredibly quick flip, or you would have to already have someone that wanted a horse that you would go over, buy, and then import and then sell really quickly.
Yeah.
I just don't think logistically or financially that makes sense to buy a 3-year-old at that price, plus import, plus everything that you have over here.
Yeah.
Because it would still be 3 and then sell it. Yeah. I don't know.
I really don't know.
Because it would be at the top of your budget already. 75,000 for when it arrived here, 75,000.
Yeah.
So which means that to make a profit, you would have to put it at 80 to make 5,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think people would be willing, if it's an investment, I don't think they would be willing to pay that price. I don't think.
If it's a forever horse.
If it's for a forever horse, then yes. If they're looking for something to move up the levels, to compete, that they don't care, that they were looking forward a couple years and they were expecting to sell it in the 6 figures.
Right.
That would be a 6-figure horse that you would keep. Like that, I don't think it would make sense to do a quick flip. I think that horse would be if you're doing it as an investment, it would be a longer term investment for the price.
Or you would just keep it.
I'm thinking about it. Investment wise. And you're like, Maria, hard horse, you're keeping it.
Yeah. Because if you keep it for all those years, you're getting your money's worth.
Emotionally, mentally, I talk about that all the time.
Yes.
Your emotional well-being will outbe the financial.
Yeah. All right. Next one. So this one is one off of social media. The subject line is, "This is an ISO ad with an absurd budget."
Oh no. And it's off social media?
Yeah, she says, "From Australian, but my Australian friend who breeds Connemara ponies there posted this as a delulu ISO."
A delulu?
Yeah.
What is that?
Delusional.
Oh, a delulu. Okay. I thought it was the same thing with like porpoising.
Oh, yeah, no.
You shouldn't have cut out the part like that I was just cracking up the entire time.
It was just too much time.
So
long.
I couldn't get through that.
Okay, so this says, searching for my unicorn.
Off to a great start.
I'm in no rush.
Budget is low. Mention unicorn.
Returning back to riding after roughly a year off, with not riding during pregnancy and having a baby. Have just had a lovely horse on trial, but unfortunately hasn't been the right fit for me, with being a little bit reactive and much too big for me. Many years of experience under my belt and confident with the right horse, I'm just looking for something safe and fun to take out to ARC, trail ride, and road ride, as well as arena work / lessons. I'm not overly fussy with my requirements, but I can't stress enough that I need sensible, all caps. Must be okay to take out on the road both alone and with others. 13 to 15.3 hands, chunky breed if on the smaller height, and definitely no bigger than this. 5 to 15 years old, mare or gelding. Any breed, just not interested in STB. I think she means standard bred.
Okay.
Budget absolutely stretched at blank. Would consider spending a bit more on a payment plan.
Okay. And then what's the budget?
Guess her budget.
I mean, those requirements really aren't that. There's not that many requirements in there. Any breed. I think it's a little bit odd that she wants something safe and sensible, but she's also looking at 5 to 15.
Yeah.
I think I would increase my age range because yes, you can get, I know people say all the time, oh yeah, for a 5-year-old, he's like the oldest, like a senior 5-year-old, good brain.
Mm-hmm.
But they do have young horse moments. Like,
Yeah.
I think anything under 8, honestly, is still developing mentally.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes 9. Like,
Yeah.
you can be a late bloomer mentally at 9.
Yeah.
So I would
We have
be looking
one of
at,
those.
where was I?
Late bloomer mentally.
Oh, late bloomer mentally. Yeah, so I would probably be honestly looking at, if it were me, I would say looking at 8 to 16 to 17.
Mm-hmm.
I would increase that age if
Yeah.
you want something safe and sane and something that, it seems like she just wants something been there, done that,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not going to be getting that at 5, 6, and 7.
Yeah.
For what she wants, probably not in her budget by far. So I think looking on the older end for sure. What do I think her budget is? I don't know what the conversion is for Australian dollars to US dollars. I would say over here for US, maybe her budget's like 5. Less.
Yeah.
Like 1.
A little bit more.
1,500.
It's about $1,300 US dollars.
US dollars?
Yeah.
Oh.
Which is, do you want me to just give you the conversion?
Yeah, please.
It's 2,000 Australian dollars, which comes out to 1,343 US dollars.
Oh gosh. Ooh. I don't know.
Yeah.
At that point, she's saying that she's absolutely stretching for $1,300. That's a concern for me.
Yeah.
And that the fact that she can go more if it's on a payment plan, I don't think with what she wants, it's anything's possible that you could find it. I don't think I would even be looking for a horse in that price range.
Yeah.
If I was stretching my budget to $1,300 to get a safe, sound, and just like an experienced horse,
sensible
reliable horse, even for trail rides or arena work or anything like that, $1,300 is not going to be getting you that type of horse. Nor would I want to put myself in a financial situation where I spend money on the wrong horse.
Yeah.
Or it's not what I want.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm very curious to know if she found a horse. Because I don't know what the inventory is like in Australia. Maybe in the US, that would for sure end up on here, which is why it did. All the way from Australia, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Those, I think, are very unreasonable expectations. Not even unreasonable, but I don't think she should even be looking and buying a horse.
Yeah.
I think this is a lesson situation. I think this is
or another like lease a different horse situation.
Yeah.
Or, she said she had a lovely horse on trial
that it was too big for her and just didn't fit, right?
The horse was a little bit reactive and too big for her.
Yeah.
But maybe like a lease situation would be better, or just
I think it's a lesson
more
situation.
Lessons. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it's a lesson situation.
Yeah.
I don't think for $1,300, unless you have funds elsewhere and you're like, I can afford or expensive horse, but I just don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be stretching your budget at $1,300 to buy a horse that you want as safe and sensible and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I just don't think that's a smart idea.
I feel like you need to spend at least $5,000 for something like that.
Yeah. Especially in this market with inflation, yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, because like we always say there's something for every budget.
Yeah.
Like, so maybe she can find something. And there are so many people who get horses in this price range, but they're probably not looking for the same things that this person is looking for.
I think there'd have to be something wrong with the horse if you're going to be selling a horse in that $1,300 price range.
I agree.
There's going to be something
going on. Yeah, for sure.
Not right, whether it's health-wise or training-wise or experience-wise, there's something.
Yeah.
Now, maybe she could find like a 20-year-old plus in that price range, but for her, that age range, no. Mm-hmm. No. And for sure, I would not be getting anything under 10 in that price range.
No.
Like for 5 or 6 in that price range, no, you'd be getting like unbroke, dangerous, probably like potentially health concerns. Most definitely, I would think.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't think that she's going to be able to find a horse in this budget. Would love to know if she does.
I would love to know.
I don't think we'll find out because I don't have any other information other than this.
Yeah, no, this isn't even a lease situation. I don't think this is a take more lessons type situation.
Yeah.
For $1,300,
reevaluate. Yeah.
Reevaluate whether you're financially prepared to own a horse.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Here's another one. ISO, adult Ammy, 10 plus years off.
Ooh.
Hi, love your TikToks and how they bring transparency to the sport. I'm a 29-year-old Ammy who rode competitively on the East Coast until I was 16. I am now just getting back into riding after all of this time off. I'd love your thoughts on my budget as I'm new to paying for things. I wish my parents were still paying and prices are really different than I thought they'd be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
So fun though. We love seeing people getting back into the
sport. I love this. Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm looking for a unicorn and forever horse. I definitely am building my confidence back and need a horse that knows their job and is happy to do it. I am a little bit of a nervous rider, so I really need a horse that I can trust. In an ideal world, I'd lease to buy. I totally get the nervous rider thing because as you get older and have more priorities, I think the amount of risk that you're willing to take significantly drops.
Yeah, like I am not willing to get on a horse that I even remotely think is going to be naughty. Like I don't really like riding other people's horses. I just want to ride my horse.
There was actually a funny TikTok about that. That was like, how do you know adult Ammy? And it's like, oh, is it gonna do this? Is it gonna do that? Nah, I'm good. All right, must-haves. 8 to 14 years old. I think 17 hands plus. Give me a big boy. SZA. SCA, isn't that a singer?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I get it. Hold on, let me do that. 17 hands, give me a big boy. Warm bloods only. Probably gelding, but open to a mare that isn't spicy / moody because I already deal with my own mood swings.
Fair.
Hunter, fancy, puppy dog / affectionate personality because I love cuddles. No spook, buck, or rear. Able to do 3-6. I doubt I'll ever really compete at this level, but it'd be nice to know I could. Competitive at AA and can get a piece of the hack / good mover. I will likely be at WEF this winter hoping to find my unicorn.
Oh, come say hi.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see you there. Yeah, we're going to be down, up and down.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the budget. I've been told by my trainer I need to be in the blank range, which I'm okay with. What you think? And then she also said I should have included this, but normal maintenance is expected and totally acceptable.
How old did she say she wanted it to be?
8 to 14 years old.
Okay. So at first, I was thinking 60. And then she said she wants it to be able to do the 3-6 and get a piece of the hack. So I'm thinking $75K minimum.
Okay.
I'm thinking high fives.
Okay.
Minimum.
Okay. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Are we locking that answer in?
I'm locking that in.
You are correct.
Yay!
75 to 85K is her range.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah, what she said she's okay with. I want to know how you are affording that.
Yes,
as a 29-year-old Ammy
without parental support.
Let me know. Very curious.
I'm gonna guess she works in tech.
In tech?
Yeah.
Software sales? I think sales. Maybe sales.
Maybe tech sales.
Yeah, let's see. Or maybe like she's in the medical field.
Yeah.
You're 29, right?
Too.
But although,
if this is your submission, DM us and let us know if our guesses are correct.
That could be another thing. Forget guess the budget. Let's guess what they do to afford horses.
The occupation.
guess the occupation.
Yeah, I mean, she can definitely.
That is a fantastic budget.
Yeah, she can definitely find something in 75 to 85. Especially, I mean, like we said, obviously she seems like she's going to go through her trainer, but trainer connections are everything. We've read a bunch of submissions where people got great deals through their trainer. I had a trainer connection when I bought my horse. But yeah, I mean, I think that's a super fair budget for what she's looking for.
I do too. And honestly, if she's going to be left the entire winter, like scout out horses and don't jump on it immediately, because I think now horses are going to be really expensive going in. But then we talked about nearing the end of circuit, people are trying to get rid of their horses that they want sold because they don't want to bring them back up and pay for the trailering and everything. Yeah. So I think the horse prices decrease nearing end of circuit. March. Yeah. So that might be a good chance to get a really good quality horse for a less expensive price.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I mean, I think that's a great price. I definitely think she can find something pretty competitive.
Yeah, please find us and then let us know if you find anything. We want the details. We want the tea.
Yeah.
And she's 29 years old, so then we can go out.
Yeah, we can hang out.
Yeah. All right. Fun.
Okay. So the subject line of this one is ISO and what I got.
Ooh, I like these. Okay.
She said, just saw you do one of these videos and thought it would be fun to share my ISO and what I got. ISO, hunter/equitation horse for junior rider, currently showing 2'3". Not picky on breed, but would like a warm blood. Must be started over fences, and show experience is preferred. Has potential for 3'6". Between 5 and 15 years old. 15.3 to 15 to 16.3 hands. Petite rider with short legs. Mare or gelding. Green is okay. Minor quirks are okay, just no bolting. Lead change preferably, but it doesn't need to be auto. No cribbing. Steady paced horse. Forward is okay, but hot is not. She's located in the US, preferably in or near Florida. And then she gave her original budget.
Oh gosh, I'm all over the place in this ad. Said preferably warm blood?
Yes.
Why do I think this is going to be one that's like preferably and then 40K budget? I'm telling you. Okay. Preferably a warm blood. What was the age? 5 to 15 or something?
Yes, 5 to 15.
Oh, that's a big age range. Around Florida. She wanted something for the Eck and the Hunters?
Yes.
I think the preferably warm blood, if you put this in the ad and it's not under 25,000, that immediately, because that's kind of where I start my pricing is warm blood or not. Warm blood over 25. Preferably warm blood under 25. So then when they say like 50K budget but prefer a warm blood, I'm like totally off my radar. Like that just messes me up completely. Okay. Hunter, let me just walk through this in my brain. Hunter and Eck for 3'6".
Has potential for 3'6". But she's currently only showing 2'3".
But that increases your budget if you're looking for something like that. Yeah. Like you have to have a good budget for that. For 3'6". In that, even if you're just doing 2'3" now. It's on two opposite ends of the spectrum. The preferably warm bloods is really screwing up my brain right now. And she said, a big age range too. I'm just gonna go smack dab. Is it 25?
Yeah, it is. Good job. Yep, yeah, it was 25.
That really was stressful. That was really
stressful. Okay, so here's what she got.
Okay.
12-year-old, 16-hand Dutch warm-blood gelding by Olympic silver medalist Cardento. Had been imported as a 5-year-old from the Netherlands. Excessive hunter show record in the U.S. with juniors, amateurs, and professionals up to the 3'6". Came with auto lead changes, perfect ground manners, and a very willing attitude when it comes to jumping.
Wow.
Will jump just about anything from anywhere. Doesn't matter if it's a cross rail or 4-foot. There have been quite a few instances where I probably should have ate dirt, but he is thankfully a very kind gentleman. No bite, buck, bolt, or rear. Does require injections and ended up needing glue on shoes. Was a bit strong when I got him, and it took a couple months to get him going back like a normal hunter, but he was never naughty. Before I bought him, though, he had been mostly sitting in a paddock for at least a couple months and had only been doing the jumpers in the recent year or two before that, from what I know. I've had him for 2 years now, and I absolutely adore him. He's become my forever horse.
Aww.
We are currently showing in the 3-3 AOs and 3-foot adult equitation.
Wow.
At our most recent show, he was champion in both. Of the 3 rated shows we went to last year, he earned tricolors in the Children's Hunters at 2 of them, 1 champ, 1 reserve. Such a simple ride, I can even put my mom, who does not ride, on him, and she can still trot around and have fun. Also lets me jump him around bridleless. Seriously, it was everything I wanted and more. And then she sent some pics.
Oh my gosh. Wait, I'm sorry. How old's the horse?
12.
How'd she get him for? Oh, was that her budget? I can't remember.
She bought.
You have
to guess
what she bought him for. If this horse is $25,000, this girl is either insanely good at writing ads, like just, or like there's something that happened. Okay.
So guess what she bought him for?
It is not $25,000. There's no way it was $25,000. I can't imagine. But he was sitting in a field.
Yeah. For at least a couple months. And then was only doing the jumpers in a year or two before that.
When did she bought him like 2 years ago, you said?
Yes, she has had him for 2 years now.
It can't be 25. There's no way. It can't be 25. Did he have a show record before she bought him?
Yeah. Extensive hunter show record in the U.S. with juniors, amateurs, and professionals up to the 3'6".
Mine for like 40, maybe 35.
Less.
What is it? 30.
Less.
Is it 25?
Less.
No! I'm leaving. What?
Yeah, less. By like, not a huge amount, but like a decent
15?
amount. 13.
What?
Yeah.
This is one that like you kind of reevaluate your life.
I know. Like, where are these horses?
How did she get him for 13 with a prior show record? Even if he was sitting in a field for a couple months.
I know.
But with a show record, that's insanity. I think that might be one of the most like shocking ones that we've read, to be honest, because the way that she described him honestly was kind of a like, I hate using the word unicorn, but it's kind of a unicorn horse, you know?
I mean, I feel like this is an example of an actual unicorn, because how do you get this horse for 13,000? Like, when people say that they're looking for a unicorn, this is what they mean.
I've never heard of a situation like that. This is the first time. Wow.
I know.
Wow. Yeah. I'm like, I think I'm speechless. Like, I really don't know what to say.
Yeah, I would love to know like how she ended up getting him for that price.
That's like more than trainer connections. Like, we always say friends and family discount. Like, that's
unless, I mean, he was sitting in a paddock for, she said, at least a couple of months. Maybe these people are just like, just take him. Basically, just take him.
I feel like this is a situation. This is one of the only ways that I can rationalize this in my mind, is that whoever bought him prior is very well-to-do or wealthy, and it was just one of the excess horses that they bought him. They don't really care about money, so they don't really need to make money back. They want him off the books. He's in the pasture. Hey, you have a horse out in the pasture. Oh, yeah, just go get rid of him.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
It has to be that kind of situation because no one that knew about horses or in the horse world would put that price on a horse like that.
Yeah.
Like if you knew what you had, you would never have asked that price.
Yeah. Unless they did know what they had and they didn't care and they were just so desperate to get him off the books.
I think it had to have been someone who was very well-to-do that owned him prior. It has to be. Or they were in like such a bad situation that they had to get rid of him. Yeah. Because that is not a friends and family type discount, like at all. Like that's a beyond.
Like this horse probably could have been worth 50, 60, even after sitting in a field for a few months.
That's why I said 35 to 40 because of the description. I think yes would have put him at that high, but okay, fine. He's sitting in a field for a couple months. He's only done jumpers. Fine, let's knock the price down. But still, like I was going like 35, 40 in my head because I was like, okay, sitting in a field, like if I needed a horse gone, that would, and it's a good horse, and I knew that I would, and I wanted off the books, I would decrease the price to get it gone.
Yeah.
But that's insanity.
Yeah.
Like, mind blown. Wow.
I want to look up the horse's show record.
We're going to do the Youssef.
Yeah.
This, I think, is a very, very unique situation that we've never seen before, where you have such an insanely quality horse.
Well, we read one like this last time, but the horse was older.
It was an older horse. This 17. Is like a prime. This is a horse that like slipped through the cracks somewhere. Like someone somewhere effed up. Like there's no way that this type of horse would ever be sold at that price range.
Yeah.
Like this is crazy.
So the last horse show it did was June of 2019.
But then COVID happened in 2020. So that whole year is like whatever.
But he doesn't have a show record again until she bought him in April of 22.
Yeah, but still that's a really decent show record.
Oh, yeah.
With really good placing results, like all throughout.
But
with great riders again. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and this is all.
Yeah, this is like such a fantastic find. Like, I can't even. I'm so in awe right now. I'm impressed.
I know. This is her now. Her record.
I mean, that's one that I will say is a actual unicorn.
Yeah,
that you found like a unicorn.
Yeah,
it sounds like it's a pretty much. I don't even know what to say. Like that's. I'm literally speechless.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. I think that's the most shocking, honestly. Like, and then looking at the show record, because we do look at the horse's show record, because now we become FBI agents now on all these.
We are now FBI agents.
And yeah, that record. Again, I know we go a lot about the record, but when you hear the price and then you see the record and you see the riders and you see the placings and the classes, it's like,
yeah,
what? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Jeez. Where are those horses?
I know, right? They're sitting in a field somewhere.
Yeah. Go find them, people. Okay. This is going to be fun because it's another. I feel like we should have just called this dressage. Because I'm going to do another dressage one. Okay. Love your videos. Would love to hear your guesses on what I paid for my recently purchased dressage horse. Details below. So this was in August.
Okay.
Coming 7-year-old PRE imported from Spain in 2022 to a dressage trainer in Ocala as a sales prospect. Gray. Purchased him from this barn in Ocala in December of 2022. Clean PPE except minor remodeling/changes in his front feet naviculars. Flexed and jogged 100% sound, no other health issues, did x-ray neck and back as well, totally clean. 16.2, adult amateur friendly, not a kick ride as he is a bit sensitive as many Spanish horses are, but would never do anything even when frustrated or frightened. Very puppy-like personality on the ground. No show record abroad or in the US in dressage, but was schooling 3rd level easily with confirmed clean flying changes both ways, and started on half steps of, I don't want to sound like an idiot when I read this, pipe?
Piaf?
Piaf, is that how you say it? Okay, let me read that sentence again. No record. It's gonna be the fucking porpoises again. Piaf. Okay. No show record abroad or in the U.S. in dressage, but was schooling third level easily with confirmed clean flying changes both ways and started on half steps of Piaf and passage. What is with these P words?
I think that one was right. I think so.
And started on half steps of Piaf and passage from the ground. Loads on trailer easily every time and is perfect for vet and farrier. No maintenance required and is fine going barefoot. The U.S. dressage horse market is wild and has been for some time. So, any guesses?
How old is it?
It is coming 7. Okay. This is what it looks like.
Ooh.
Very flashy. Very pretty.
Very pretty.
I love the grays too.
Yeah, I like his uphill build.
Yeah, he's very, very pretty.
So she said that he had, what did she say about the navicular?
Clean PP except for minor remodeling changes in his front feet navicular. So I think she had to do something maybe with them. But anything else, she did all the x-rays completely sound, amateur friendly, no show record, but was schooling 3 feet easily with confirmed flying lead changes.
But he's a dressage horse.
Dressage. Yeah, imported from Spain in 2022. A dressage trainer in Ocala as a sales prospect. So we just read one that was a €55 horse overseas that she paid. So this one was imported.
So I feel like though, because of the changes with the navicular, that might knock the price down. I'm gonna say she bought him as a 6-year-old. I'm gonna say she bought him for $50K.
More.
How much more?
A good bit more.
75?
A little bit more.
80?
A little bit more.
85?
Yeah. She paid $85,000 for him. Which is actually good to know because she did say the U.S. dressage horse market is wild in all caps and has been for some time. So that's good to know. So she said, I paid $85,000 for him. If he was a warm blood and not a Spanish horse with the same list of qualities, she looked at direct comparisons, he would easily have been $125K minimum.
Wow.
Which is crazy. So maybe from the video that we read prior that I was like, that's crazy to import for 55 and then resell. Maybe it's
not.
Maybe it is possible as a 3 or 4-year-old.
Yeah.
To get it, because I think the other one was a warm blood. So maybe they would have imported and then sold it at 100 or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Then she said, he's a perfect boy and I'm so lucky to have found him.
Aww.
And then sales photo below. And he's stunning.
He's really handsome.
He's beautiful. Yeah.
He's really cute.
Yeah. Super, super cute. Wow. All right. That's good to know that the dressage market is wild.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we haven't done a lot of solely focused on dressage.
No.
So that's going to be helpful when we're guessing the budget and prices on dressage horses now.
Yeah.
Just increase it. What you think, it's probably more.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, anyway, so we thought since week 0 of WEF just happened and all of the winter circuits are starting to happen, we'll talk about kind of what to expect, I guess, when you're going to winter circuit. Like if it's your first time, our advice, things, we wish we knew, all that kind of stuff. Okay. So I think something I would recommend for someone going to WEF for the first time is to give yourself a few days to get accustomed to the layout of the horse show, figure out where your horse is stabled. If it's on the showgrounds, off the showgrounds, whatever. Give yourself time to kind of just like get there and settle in. So like I've been to WEF so many times. I know where all of the rings are. So usually I can get there on a Thursday night and show Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it's fine. But if you've never been to either WEF or WEC, like if I was going to WEC, I've never been.
Yeah.
So I would probably give myself a day to kind of get accustomed with the layout, where all the rings are.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing, to just kind of like get yourself settled. It's like when you go to college for the first time and you like walk around the campus and figure out where everything is.
Yeah.
And especially figure out which rings you're showing in and how to get there and back from your stalls if you don't have somebody that's going to bring your horse to the ring for you. I feel like that's the most important, is figure out where your stalls are and where your rings are.
I agree. I'm trying to add, like, I'm trying to think, like, what I wish I knew, or I think that's a really good one. Parking, maybe. Mm-hmm. Parking, I don't know where the general parking. There's not a ton of parking, to be honest.
At WEF?
No, there's not. And I think a parking situation, like, I'm the type of person that gets very stressed out in parking situations where I don't know, like, in the city, forget it. Like, I am going to plan, like, okay, there's a parking garage here. I'm good. It just stresses me out. So if you're going to park as a, like, general admissions person in the general admissions lot, get there early. Early, because those fill up insanely quickly. And then forget about the Grand Prix. Like, if you're going to go to the Grand Prix, they have like a parking lot that they do, a property that they use for the dressage show. That's off property, that you park your car and then walk over. That's probably your best bet, because there's probably no way on Grand Prix night that you're going to be finding parking unless you're there for the entire day. And you've parked in one of those lots.
And especially, and left your car. WEF does provide parking passes, but only if you're stabled on, like, if you have bought a stall on the property, that's you can get a parking pass. If you are not stabled on the property, they won't give you a parking pass. So that's another thing, is give yourself enough time to get there and maybe walk. I mean, they have golf carts that can take you wherever you need to go. But yeah, I think definitely just giving yourself enough time. I feel like if you're used to showing locally, WEF, I don't know about WEC. I can't speak to WEC because I've never been. But WEF,
if you talk about WEC, I'll talk about WEC.
So WEF runs very on time. Most of the time. So don't expect, if online it says your class is at 10, almost expect it to go off at like 9:30. Like,
that show management system is your best friend.
Yes.
The PBIEC, like, going under daily results or the show schedule. Have it on your phone, have it consistently up, and check it. Like, don't wait until someone else tells you, because those times can change pretty quickly.
I think that's another good piece of advice, is like, be on the Wellington International Showgrounds Live website, and like, especially if you're not the first class of the day. Like, if you are the first class of the day, it's going to go off at 8, like, I don't know, get there at 7, whatever. But if you're not the first class of the day, refresh that bad boy like every 15 minutes.
Exactly. And on property, this is like a big thing for me, is that the internet sucks. Like, I always have problems when I was working there, like, not like working there for another barn, like for the barns there. It would be really difficult to get, like, I would have to call people because my texts weren't going through, and like, I couldn't tell people, hey, you need to be at this ring at this time. So that is something also to be very aware of, is that the Wi-Fi is not great, let's say, there.
I think another thing, so trainers appreciate self-sufficient clients. So know your schedule, know what rings you're at, have a plan for like getting yourself to and from the ring, and then discuss it with your trainer to make sure that you're on the same page. Don't just like plan things and do things and then your trainer's like, what is happening? So make a plan, discuss it with your trainer, see if there are going to be any like trainer conflicts, if she has multiple clients competing at the same time in different rings. But try to like understand what's going on at the horse show. I know like these horse shows can kind of be overwhelming, but honestly, like the more prepared you are, like familiarize yourself with the website, get there. If you're showing Friday, Saturday, Sunday, maybe get there on like Wednesday, go Thursday, take a lesson, walk around the showgrounds.
Honestly, I get really intimidated. Honestly, still, and I go a lot. But I get intimidated by going to the shows because Wellington and Ocala can be very intimidating.
Yeah,
I think, especially during circuit, it's pretty packed and it can be very overwhelming. And you would not know it, but I'm an introvert, so I would go when no one else is there.
Yeah,
like in really early mornings or really late at night, or like on Mondays or Tuesdays when I know that there's not going to be that many people, and I would go and familiarize. Obviously now I don't need to do that, but before, when I was just getting like used to everything, I would go be like, okay, this is where this is where this is, and kind of walk around and get my bearings without me having to be like so stressed because I'm in such like a intimidating environment. So don't be afraid if you have to go do that. I've done it before.
I would definitely recommend it if you've never been before.
Know where the show office is.
Yes. Yeah.
That'll be like the number one for, I mean, hopefully you won't be doing the changes or anything. You'll have someone else doing the changes.
I do my own changes.
But
you can do them online.
Yeah, but you can do them online. That's a good one.
You only really need to go to the show office to actually pick up your number.
Yeah. And sometimes people will do that for you, but I just think it's good to know where that is.
Yeah, definitely, just in case.
Yeah. What else? I will say Wellington's not like Ocala if you've been to both. Wellington is walkable. Like I feel like you don't need a golf cart at Wellington. You don't need it. I've never had a golf cart there. I have been doing a lot of walking and I did lose a lot of weight, but I didn't need a golf cart.
Yeah.
Ocala, you for sure, it is worth the investment to get a golf cart or a bike or something that you can, because the grounds are significantly more expansive than Wellington, where everything is kind of, I think, all in one place.
Yeah.
So it makes it easier to navigate. Still a walk, but it's easier to navigate.
Yeah.
And I think Ocala is.
Yeah. I would also recommend, if you're staying off the showgrounds, a lot of barns off the showgrounds have like grooms and stuff that will walk your horse to the ring for you. If your barn is not one of those and you are responsible for hacking your horse to and from the ring, make sure you know how to get to the horse show from your off-property barn.
Yeah. Or have a friend who does it for you.
Yeah.
I've done that before. Because sometimes it can get like, I would do it when you were walking course and you were first or second, like early in the lineup, because you would have to walk your course, but your horse would be 15 minutes away, and like how are you going to do that? And
or else like we would have to get there so early and my horse would just be standing at the gate.
Yeah, exactly. So make sure that you have that plan if you're off property about what you're going to do. If you're first in the lineup or last in the lineup, well, last is not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But because you have time to go back after your course walk. But first, I think definitely is a dilemma.
Yeah. I think, my biggest advice for surviving winter circuit would be just to plan.
Yeah.
Just plan. Know where your classes are. Plan, oh, my class starts at 10, so I'm going to have to course walk at 9:30, and I want to be ready, so maybe I'll get there at 8:30, and I'm half an hour away, so I'll leave my house at 8, so I need to wake up at 7 or 7:30 or whatever.
Yeah, be on time. Be on time for schooling. Like for like your warm up, if you're going in the ring, like to compete at a certain time, be in your warm up schooling. There is nothing that irritates me more, and I say it a lot, but for like warm up purposes, and this is more for the trainers, I guess, than it would be for the actual riders, but it bugs me so much when you're in a jump, like in a jump school, in a jump warm up, and you're like 2 or 3. And someone's like, I'm 1 out. I need to use this jump. No. But someone took a jump and they're like 10 out and they're jumping. Yeah. And it's like, I'm 3 out. What are you? Oh, I'm 8. Well, can I take the jump? Because there's only 3 jumps usually set up in the warm up ring. So if you're a trainer, please do not do that. Like, and don't be rude if someone comes up and is like, hey, like, how far out are you?
Start jumping when we're like 3 out.
Yeah, 3 out is when you should not. You should not be doing, and you shouldn't be taking up the jump like, let me put like exercises up and do it. Yeah, don't take 15, 20 minutes to do before you get in the ring. Like there's a lot of people that have to get by. Like you should know how to get in the ring. Okay, I'm 3 out. Let me start jumping. Grab that jump. Let me do my warm up, which is, build, oxer, build up again, vertical, out, done.
I think another thing to that point too is WEF and WEC, I'm assuming, have posted orders.
They do.
And
they announce. Class. And they announce.
And they announce it and they stick to them.
Yeah.
Which is what makes the show run so smoothly. But orders get posted the evening before, maybe 6 o'clock. I think entries typically close around 4.
Yeah, I think they close at 4.
Or like declarations. So check online for your posted order and make sure that you know and that you're at the ring on time for your order of go. For the jumpers, you'll probably be at the ring anyway because you have to course walk, but just make sure you're on time.
And if you need to know kind of an estimated time, every round is about 3 minutes. So times...
We estimate like 22 rides an hour.
Yeah. So if you're like, let's say you're third in the lineup, I would do, okay, there's 2 people before me. It's 3 minutes each. That's 6 minutes. So I'm probably going to go around, I don't know, 8 minutes into the class at the start of the class. So I need to be there before the class starts. Mm-hmm. So I'm warming up. The other 2 riders are going. I'm jumping. And now I'm in the ring at my designated time.
Yeah.
Do not be that person who shows up and then is like, oh, you're supposed to be in the ring? Sorry, I still have to warm up my horse.
Yeah.
Don't be that person.
Yeah.
And that does fall more on your trainer to like make sure that you're doing that. But I think you can also take initiative. Mm-hmm. Like be on the ring at time. Hey, my class, like, hey, I'm going here. What time do you want me in the ring? Oh, great. I will be there.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely do that. Or I'll be like, hey, I think we should be at the ring by this time.
Yeah. Also, if you need mentally prep for it, like some individuals need to be in the warm-up ring for a longer time to mentally be there. Just don't take up a jump. Like if you need to be in there, fine, but don't be like jumping for 20 minutes before you enter the ring.
I think another big piece of advice that I would have is to eat breakfast.
Eat breakfast. I don't eat breakfast. I'm bad at it.
Especially like I can do an 8 o'clock class on an empty stomach.
Yeah.
But any later than that, I'm like, I can't. I'll eat an apple or a protein bar or some fruit, like anything, especially something with quick carbs that can give you energy, or else you're going to have a brain fart and I don't know. It's not going to go well. It's happened to me before and it's not fun.
And with the eating, drink.
Yes.
Drink water or like Gatorade or something with electrolytes. Like I like my liquid IV. I bring that everywhere in my tack trunk because
I have electrolytes in my tack trunk too.
Even though it's colder in the winter, you're burning warm. Calories. Yeah. It's warm. You're riding,
especially at WEF if you're walking around everywhere.
Yeah, Ocala nowadays is like pretty cold, but still you can get dehydrated, and so it's very important to drink water and stay hydrated.
Yeah, keep snacks in your tack trunk or back at the barn because, I don't know, you might just need to be hanging back there to get ready, or you might not feel like walking, or you might not have enough time to go walk and get something to eat.
Yeah.
So definitely keep food and snacks in your tack trunk. And sunscreen. Wear sunscreen. That's another piece of advice, is wear sunscreen. You don't want a farmer's tan. I've done that before. I've come home with farmer's tans and it's not cute. And also skin cancer is not cute.
No. Yeah. We moisturize. And
we
sunscreen.
Sun protect.
Yeah. All right. What else? I guess like awards and ribbons. So Ocala, the ribbons are outside of the rings, hanging on.
Same with WEF.
Yeah. And then if you
they'll present the winner. Yeah. Actually, no, they only present the winner for the classics at WEF.
I think the champion ribbons and stuff like that are also hanging up. You just kind of pick it.
Yeah.
If you don't get your ribbon or like someone else took it or something like that, you just go to the front show office and ask and they'll have it for you.
At WEF, they'll usually present champion in the ring. And then they also have the Parade of Champions, which is on Sundays. Sometimes, like if your classic or something is later in the day and it's after the Parade of Champions, you can just do the Parade of Champions the following week. I've done that before too. That's funny. Because it's nice. You get a picture in the international ring with the cooler.
It is really nice. I think actually Ocala does do that, but it's during January, February, March, not during the rest of
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same with WEF. They
Yeah.
do. Yeah. But it's the Parade of Champions is at like 12 o'clock on Sunday. So if
Yeah.
your classic is at like after that, obviously
Mhm.
you're not gonna be able to do that one. So you can just do it the next week.
Yeah. Places to eat.
Oh yeah. I love Natalie's. Natalie's is my favorite at WEF. They have really good breakfast burritos and tacos, and I pretty much just
Go there.
go there.
Yeah, there's a well, let's list the places out. There's
There's Natalie's.
I don't know what it's called.
It's like a Mexican
trailer.
Yeah, food truck.
Food truck.
The
The
Tiki Hut, which overlooks the
Grand
Prix Arena, yeah, the international ring. There's the Oasis, like food Oasis Cafe.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
That's kind of near all the shops,
like yeah,
where all the
like
shops
in
are.
the shopping area. And then there's like the little crepe tent.
Yeah, and like there's a coffee stand
and like the lemonade place.
I'm hesitant to go. They're not food trucks. I think I would
like
call
little
them.
tents.
Yeah, I think I would call them. Yeah,
like food tents. Food stands.
Food stands. Yeah, food stands.
But my favorite is Natalie's. I think Natalie's has really good quality stuff, and I think
it depends on the vibe that you're going for.
Yeah, but
where you're stabled. I think that is also a good one.
But I think Natalie's, is really good quality. I feel like a lot of their stuff is, pretty. I don't know if I'd say healthy per se, but you get your carbs, your fats, your proteins, kind of get all your macros in there. And it's really good. So I love Natalie's, if you couldn't tell.
Sponsored by.
I'm excited to go to WEF next week so I can get a Natalie's breakfast burrito.
Oh my gosh. All right, Ocala. Ocala has Ralph's sandwich shop, which is good. It's a little bit farther out though. Like you have to. It's a distance away from like the main area. They have a sweet shop, which is great. They have pasta. I ate pasta like every single day. They have pasta, pizza, salad, like Italian place. They have a Mexican place. It's really good. I think that's the main ones that I went to. I lived at the Italian place because the Italian place is right by the Grand Arena, so I would just like stop there, and they sold like 14 hands in a can, which is great, by the way. But it's very expensive. I will say eating on property there is very expensive. Like every time I would go to lunch, I think it was like $30 or something for like just a pasta and like a drink or something. Like it's expensive. So be prepared if you're gonna spend food. If you're gonna like spend money there, be prepared. And then the Yellow Pony. Oh, the stories at the Yellow Pony. That's in the hotel. That's a very good bar place to go to. That is a fantastic hangout for late night hours. I and my friends have closed the bar down there quite a few times when we went. So if you're at WEC when I am there, you will most likely find me after hours at the Yellow Pony. That's great for socializing too and like networking with like a bunch of like horse people. So it's a really fun environment. Also expensive though. Then they have Stirrups, which I did go to the brunch. Brunches there is great, I think. Again, expensive but great food. The chef, and the pastry place. The pastry place is fantastic. The chef is awesome. And the pastries there, I think, are definitely, they have coffee there, but that is a great place to go for breakfast in the morning, even for lunch. I'll stop by there. That's great. But yeah, those are, I think, just be prepared to spend money for the food there.
Definitely.
It's good food, don't get me wrong, but it is expensive. Like if you're not watching yourself, it's very easy to spend a good amount of money just on food there.
I think another thing is like things to do. So at WEF is 30 minutes from Palm Beach and West Palm Beach, so tons of stuff to do there. But Maria also mentioned the Grand Prix at WEF. So the Grand Prix is free to enter for general admission. I would recommend, if you are stabled on the showgrounds, park by your stabling and walk. If you're not stabled on the showgrounds, you're going to have to get there really early.
or you're gonna have to
get like an Uber.
Yeah, or park. They park on the dressage area. I can't remember
Global
what it's called.
Dressage.
Global Dressage. Yeah. Thank you. And then you can walk over, which is not a far walk,
but general admission is free, but if you want really good seats, you're gonna have to get there early, or if you wanted to reserve a table at the Tiki Hut, you have to do that like weeks in advance, or I don't even know if you can, because I think people reserve those tables for like the circuit.
I think they do. I think they all. I don't know if it's the Tiki Hut, but definitely the side.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, well those are the boxes.
They always
so that's like
reserve
VIP.
Those.
Yeah, I don't know about the Tiki Hut.
If you're there for circuit and you have like a bunch of people, I think it might be worth
getting a table.
To get a table for like all of you and just split the cost.
Barn.
Yeah, I think that would be a smart financial decision if you're staying there full circuit.
Yeah, and if there's a lot of people,
and there's a lot of people
with, because if it's only like 3 or 4 people, it's
or maybe you just have the money and you're like, I don't care.
That too.
Yeah,
that too.
So either way, I think that's a good investment, because if you're gonna watch it, it's better than having to rush and fight people for seats.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see what else. Got the transportation. I'll say transportation in Ocala is getting a lot better, like Uber wise.
Mm-hmm.
Wellington, I'm not so much concerned about that, because I think it's easy to find Ubers and like Lyfts. But Ocala, a couple years back, it was not as easy to find Lyfts and Ubers as it is now. Now it's pretty easy. I Ubered to the barn from my hotel. I think it cost me like $15 or something for 20-minute ride. So that's good if you're thinking about doing that. Also at Ocala, they have trailers. RVs. They have RVs that you can rent on property, which is actually very cool. I stayed in one, and for a couple of days, they're very well done. You rent it. I think you can rent it on Airbnb, or you can go on the WEX site and look and rent them. I'm not really sure how it worked, but that's right on property. You can get a golf cart that comes with it that
nice.
You were able to like ride around and stay right on property, which was fantastic. So that is also worth it. And I think there's more options for housing in Ocala than there is in Wellington, honestly.
For long-term housing?
Like Airbnbs, hotels, close to the showgrounds.
Yeah, a lot of the nicer places to stay at WEF are in West Palm Beach.
Yeah, which is still a half hour away.
Yeah.
So I think Ocala has more affordable, closer hotels and options than Wellington does. I think Wellington has more expensive options if you want to be close to the showgrounds. And then if you're gonna go out a little bit, you're gonna have to drive.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think the main thing, especially if it's your first time, is to prepare ahead of time when it comes to the schedule, doing your entries, budgeting, getting there early, so you can familiarize yourself, and then just like having a plan throughout the weekend that you coordinate with your trainer, and it's going to make everything go really smoothly.
A lot smoother, yeah. And if you can go with a friend, that's always better.
Yes. Yeah, going with a friend is always
because it's nice to know. Really, you'll probably see people that you know, because I feel like the horse world's very small, so you'll see people that you recognize, but having someone like to hang out with is always so much more fun.
Yeah, definitely.
So if you can, go with a friend and hang out.
Yeah. Well, I think that's it. So have a super fun winter circuit.
Yeah, we're very excited.
We're really excited. If you see us at either WEC or WEF, I'll be at WEF.
I'm gonna convince you to go to Ocala.
But if you see us, come say hi. We'll be doing some fun little things for the Working Ammy in Florida. Squid always is down for pets and treats
and carrots.
So looking forward to seeing you all in Florida.
Come say hi and come hang out.
Yeah, Maria was spotted when she was at
Ocala, but I didn't get it until after because it came to you.
Yeah.
And then you texted me and I saw it after. I'm like, oh, I would have said hi. Yeah. It's like I didn't know, but then I was also spotted in the shop. So if you see us, just come
say hi. We love meeting people.
Yeah, it's so
friendly,
fun.
I promise.
We are. We're a good time. We're a fun time. I might be a little bit shy. Well, I think we're both kind of shy at first.
A little
bit, like,
bit,
right?
yeah.
I feel like when we're together, we're not shy.
Yeah.
But like if you see us individually and we're quiet, I promise it's not you. We're just individually, we're very shy, and then we get together. It's
I'm
like
bad at small talk.
Yeah. But if you catch us together, we'll be very fun.
Yeah.
Even individually, we're fun, but we're just a little quiet at first, I think.
All right.
But yeah.
Well,
we're very excited to meet everyone there.
Yeah.
And see people. And we're going to have friends.
I'm
We're going to
so
have friends there.
All right. Well, that's it for this episode.
Yeah.
And we'll see you in Florida.
Yeah, we'll
see you in Florida. Because I'm posting this. I'm going to post this and then I'm going to go to Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll see you in Florida.
Keep me company.
So, adult Amy's out.